Thanks for staying with us here on The Pulse. And Mayor of Accra, Mohammed Ajay says that government is making progress in the eradication of the country's sanitation challenge, and that's really a challenge. The mayor said this during a workshop on waste financing in Accra. My colleague Philip Ankara was there, and his report is read to you.
It was a moment for various actors in the sanitation sector to share information and learn from one another on waste financing. The mayor, Ni Ajay said the implementation of certain initiatives by government has ensured good gains in the eradication of filth.
We are on course. As I speak to you now, we generate over 3,000 tons of waste. And let me check you with the statistics. And the 3,000 tons of waste which is generated is being hauled to its. In our drive, we want to make sure that the amount of waste that goes to the landfill site is reduced by 50% by 2025. As I speak to you now, we have managed to reduce it by 10%, and that is less of many other private sector initiatives that are into waste recycling and waste composting activities that we are doing. We are yet to calculate all these things, so we are very much on course on the president drive. Move around the city all the time. We have not seen that the city is the cleanest, but indeed the initiatives that we have put in place have clearly demonstrated the fact that we have done so much. There's significant achievement.
Waste consisting of everyday items that are discarded by the public, according to Sandra Mazonix, a municipal solid waste initiative coordinator at the Climate and Clean Air Coalition, forms part of the largest man-made source of methane, hence the need to pay attention to it.
Dealing with waste and environmental pollution is at the core of the work that CCAC does. As you know, the third largest source of methane comes from waste. Waste contributes to climate change and also pollution. It is important to divert organic waste to lower those methane emissions. Organic waste makes up the largest percentage of waste in developing countries. So if we deal with organic waste, we really are dealing with a large part of the waste. And CCAC is working to help cities reduce this organic waste. When unsustainably managed, waste is also a breeding ground for toxins and microbes that contaminate the air, soil, and water. Globally, over an estimated 40% of waste is actually openly burned. So we need to reduce that burning of waste. So because this burning adds dangerous air pollution and also releases harmful dioxins, furans, and black carbon into the atmosphere. Over 1/3 of the waste, actually 1/3 of the food waste is wasted every year. So if food waste was its own country, it would be the third largest emitter of greenhouses. The coalition and its partners, like C40, are working to create a more sustainable food system to reduce food waste, increase food security, and prevent biodiversity loss.
Head of waste management at C40 cities, a group of cities around the world strategizing to deal with waste, Federico Di Penta, called for collaboration between government and the citizens to win the sanitation war. He further commended city authorities for the initiatives taken in tackling sanitation-related issues.
As we said at the beginning, it's a team effort. Money is certainly a big challenge. We must consider that Accra and Ghana is a very high developing country. So today, Accra produces 3,000 tons of waste per day. In 10 years, it will produce 6,000 tons of waste per day. So it has to be a team effort in managing, in disposing, and also in financing. For example, the opening of 3 transfer stations and the inclusion of the informal sector in the waste collection system has enabled the city to increase collection by 10%, increase recycling by 360%, and achieve savings of $5 million per year, showing that if we all work together, it is really possible to achieve greater objectives and greater, more ambitious results for the city.
The workshop, which is being organized by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly in collaboration with C40 Waste Finance Academy, will have some 13 cities represented by director-level city officials from their respective